Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Mancillon. I thought I come in this time of eclipse. We just passed through an eclipse. Eclipse were very long lasting. It is as if everything that we know as true can be dissolved, and there is like all kind of confusion always happen during the eclipse. But it's like it allows the when all the circuits are disconnected, it allows for new connection to be created. So trust the process. I'm going to sing a song about the eclipse. For it is most probable that we came here to live our last incarnation in physicality, in 3D, but it's for a very important mission. We've learned so much, and we should achieve this point of release and having released all of those things, those rings of Saturn that tied us up. Then we'll expand into this Jupiterian energy, and we'll be able to ascend. We've learned to live in the illusion. What we take as common ground knowledge is actually quite an illusion. All the materialistic science and everything that makes the world works, we work with it, but it's very. This illusion is about the belief that God may not exist, and that source is that there is not this unity consciousness, this intelligence that embraces all and that supervise all process of evolution. That for God is so subtle that it can that doesn't force himself or herself on anyone. For the master Lao Tzu explained in the Tao Te Ching that infinite perfection is so perfect that it looks imperfect. So the essence is to understand through the religion we have accepted God the Father, that God is a Father, but we have denied the Mother, which is complementary and essential. So it's the return of the divine feminine, the receptive, the intuitive, the loving receptive forces that needs to be restored in relationship to this balance that needs to be created within ourselves and outside in the world, for it will continue to the world will continue this process of evolution. For God is real, and there is nothing more real than God. I can assure you. But then you may or may not believe me. It depends on your own faith. We cannot teach this connection. It is up to each and every one of us to make that choice in order to realize, to crystallize this connection between you and Source. And for it is the highest choice to choose to believe that eternal life exists, that God exists. It is the highest, is a supreme choice. As a mortal being, there is nothing more we can give in terms of our choices. But those choices have to come by our own determination, our own will to choose. For there is meditation is very important. So Buddhist monks and Taoist monks and all those advanced spiritual schools are very they're assisting the world in those people have turned out to the realization, the relationship to the outside world, in order to dedicate themselves to, or even the Occidental monks, to the assess within. So it's but in essence, we have to discover those spiritual sciences. To me, the Buddha was a great scientist. He discovered so much about the science of self, the illumination process, the transcendental aspect of self, and we're going to those are far more real sciences than what we're utilizing now in relationship to energy. For what we seek is the attainment of light, divinity, the recognition of divinity, and knowledge of that divinity is the highest science. There is nothing more that we can seek once we reconnect to that inner source. And so for what we seek eventually to achieve is the realm of infinity and the realm of the oneness of God, Allah, the one that is all, that has no outside, no beginning, no ending. And so which plays the role as the Father Absolute right now, but the Father Absolute is actually manifested through the deity, the absolute deity, but what seeking is supremacy. We're far away from needing to be absolute. There is no absolute within supremacy. It's all about a process that leads us to what is good, what is true, and what is beautiful. The mastery of time and space and experience. Once all of the cosmos will have mastered this level of reality, those great galaxies that are created for that. Our master time and space will find supremacy. We'll return to center, we'll find supremacy, and then we'll go into the adventure of transcendental, looking for the ultimate, what is the four level of time and space transcended. And then beyond that, they will lie the absolute. But so there is much to be realized. Just understand yourself. You are a child of the universe. You're learning something new every day, and that's good enough. Connect to your Father, see the presence of God in all things as much as possible, to recognize that God is already there, but to recognize it is like really what the challenges may be, to find, to allow this presence to guide you and to love you and to inspire you. For the situation is accomplishment. Around this situation there is love, divine love that is always... what we see before us in our conscious mind is generosity. We'll unfold the past. There will be life will be generous with us, and we'll be generous with life. What's in the subconscious, the past is hesitation, which led us to the present is humility. We have to stay humble because we're not we're still not fully integrated within the realm of lucidity. This lucidity. What's coming up in the near future is wealth, is inner and outer wealth. Where we are in this situation, we are triumphant. This is our strength. What comes to us from the outside world is the solution. It's like all those energies, like we've been working a very long time, and the success is finally here. What we feel in our hopes and fears, in our emotion, is a renewal. It is a brand new beginning, and the outcome is purification. The more we're going to continue to purify ourselves, because the more pure we are, the closer we will be to our innermost self. For the closer we can get we pass the test. We couldn't be introduced in the presence of divinity if we had fear or hatred or conflicting thoughts. We have to be prepared. It's a preparation, but we have to work on our loving kindness for ourselves, to consider ourselves. Well, I hope this was interesting for you. We want to follow the laws of there is certain laws that were given, the laws of Moses. The first two laws are like essential. You shall not kill and you shall not steal. There is laws around the world to prevent human beings from transgressing that. It was just guidance. But then there was the third law: is you shall not lie, for that is acceptable. There is no law to tell you you can't lie except under oath. But So it's like, but even lying is like sometimes you can lie by omission in order to protect something, protect the truth that is that is not yet the time, or by confidentiality you cannot say certain things, but in a sense you do not want to avoid the truth. If you lie, it is by courtesy or for discretion, but not to deceive someone. Those people that live in a constant lie or try to change the truth, to avoid the truth, to embellish the truth, there is a loss of grounding, of course. So it's about following those laws. Try to be as honest, as sincere as possible with yourself and others. For all the religions are giving advice. The Sutra and the Buddhism is like, those are recommendations. The same thing in the Quran. God gives recommendations. They are good in all things, but some things are more good than others. So some things are more bad than good for you. So I recommend you avoid those things that are bad, and you choose those things that are good. Those are all the Tao Te Ching, all the great books of wisdom, all the communication from channel. All those are participating in finding this wisdom, but what we seek is to find this inner wisdom, eventually to be guided by the living presence, to take the time to take one breath, and you hold it and you release it, and you realize all is perfect within this divine moment, the infinite perfection of all things. Even the imperfection will fit in, and you see the need for those things, and you're no longer in a critical mode, so you can return to the state of total appreciation without critical thoughts. So it is a challenge, something we work on. Behind me is the game of the gold ring. It's a painting, and it's a painting from 2006, quite a complex painting, and this is about the dark matter universe of Nebadon. It's the 100 constellation, about 10 million solar systems. Our own constellation is Norlia Tadek, number 70, in the system of Satania, and the planet was called Urantia about 1 million years ago, when the first primitive when it was a civilization of primates, and then one day there was two beings, two twins that realized there could be a god in the universe, and so an archangel picked up the sword and said, this planet is inhabited. So they gave it a name, and of course there were extraterrestrials, that were advanced extraterrestrials that came and gone from the Earth for a very long time before that, but those were the first humans. Andon and Fonta was their name. We send greetings to them, and so this is about the star clouds of Nebadons with the 100 constellation and Salvington at the center, those symbolic paintings. And so we'll soon get them organized and show them. Hope you'll come by and see them. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a hard song to sing, but I thought I'll sing it anyway. It's about the eclipse. When eclipse is like everything that we thought was real could be. It's like it's like there may be a loss of strength during an eclipse. For Lao Tzu also said that when you are loved, you receive a lot, you have a lot of strength, but when you love, you create courage. So it's good to love, to be more courageous, and then more love will come to confirm that lucidity. It's about being, those things work together, courage, love, and lucidity. The more we have one, the more the others will increase. So it's about working on that. We'll finish with this song. It's called Total Eclipse of the Heart. It goes like this. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you never come around. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit nervous, all the best of the years gone by. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit terrified when I look in your eyes. Turn around, bright eyes, every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. If you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong, together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. You living in a powder keg can't give out spark. I really need you tonight, forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time they was falling in love, now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, now there's only love in the dark. There's nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. I forgot to sing that. It was great singer. Older song. A lot of people sing that song, use that song, but originally, I'm sure you know who sing that song. I escaped my mind. So today, the last card of the day is the number 44, the Merciful Mother Jamal. So it's about this loving kindness. This the goddess of. It's like it's connecting to the goddess, the mother goddess, and the harvest, and so being in readiness for receiving this divine feminine, these divine blessings from the divine feminine. Well, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I will return to you shortly, and there's so much that is transforming during this eclipse. We are ready for this for new adventure, new change, new transformation that will unfold for us in 2020. Thank you very much. Namaste.